In the box, we have mini silica. This is a small choice in the world with the big choice of silica gel. Foam muff right here. This is to stop your plosive sounds. We also have SE sticker for whatever reason. And we have this warranty registration user manual. Another SE thing, which I guess is white. You can barely even see that. And just a bunch of foam inside the box. Now, when it comes to the microphone itself, let's check that out. What? Oh, wait, I'm using it right now. Okay, I'll grab it. That red shape you see is the pickup pattern, and this is often used for instrument pickup, be it drums, guitar, and whatnot. This is known as a cardioid microphone. And let's check the information on the back side so you can actually do a bit of reading if you care to do so. Right now the audio you're hearing is recorded to PC, and we see here that I purchased this microphone on this date. This is from AV Shop Canada. And I also ordered some more parts, but they are still in process despite having ordered May 18th. It is now the 23rd. And this is the windscreen I'm getting for this microphone. And, well, it's still not even shipping. Here's the specifications according to SE Electronics website. Let's go through a couple of key points. Signal to noise ratio is 81. We can see there's the current consumption, which is 2.7 milliamps. SPL, sound pressure. We have 139 or 149 or 159 depending on the pad, whether it's on 0, 10, or 20. That's the switch where we can change our volume, but again, we get more sound pressure. 159 is extremely high for extremely loud noises. We can see this decibel pad, and 0 is the loudest sound. -10, that reduces our volume, and -20 reduces our volume some more, but also makes it so the volume, our sound, doesn't get distorted when speaking very loud through the capsule. We also have a low cut of 80 and 160. The mounting mechanism for this, which can be loosened and tightened with a flathead screwdriver. The other side you can see is a hex head. And on the bottom, we can see there is a 5/8 if I remove this center thread right here, which can also be removed with a flathead screwdriver. And that changes the 5/8 boom pole size down to 3/8 inch. Mic test, 1, 2, 3, mic test, 1, 2, 3. Mic test, 1, 2, 3, mic test, 1, 2, 3. And one thing I love about this microphone is that it does pick up quite well even at a distance away. I am 1, 2, just about 3 feet away, and I bet my volume hasn't changed very much compared to being right around here. Now let's try mixing two voices together and see how this turns out. Your lonely world, I'd be lost with you. Yeah. Let me just show you. Right now we're going to do a mic test here. Peter went to get pickles at the pickle market. Peter went to get pickles at the pickle market. So if I'm plosiving, which is probably pretty easy to plosive even being 1 foot away, because it plosives until you put this on. It probably shouldn't plosive now. Shouldn't plosive. I don't know if it is still or not. But either way, normally you'd want to use, say, a pop filter in front of it, and that helps a lot. When it comes to pop filters, I threw mine away, so I'm just going to use this as a pop filter. But either way, if I go pop, 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 we probably hear quite a bit of a difference. This is not a pop filter. This is just a computer fan filter. Using proper technique where you're not blowing into the microphone, because I'm actually talking this way, and the microphone's right here. And I'm literally about 7 inches, 18 centimeters away from the microphone, so I can do this. Peter ate some plosive at the plosive party. He had some pickles with his party. Yeah. Peter had some pickles with the pickle party. He had plosives coming and he didn't know what to do. 'Cause his name is Peter. Peter Pan. Peter ate some pickles today. And I bet I didn't get any plosives. Plosives, no way. Now I'm going to use this little furry thing. This is actually from a B-Viral microphone. Same idea as the Rode Video Micro. I actually have another one on order that's more the right size for this. Now let's continue on, going outside and into the halls of Reverb. Since I recorded this, I now got my parts in and we are connected to the Zoom F3. Normally this particular adapter would be facing the wrong way. It'd be facing down rather than up. But this particular adapter here, you'll see there are notches on the top, for instance, here. And on the bottom, the screws can be moved. There's like screw holes everywhere. So you just take the adapter out partially, put it to where you want, adjust, and this is adjusted. So this is as simple as that. Now this particular one's an angled one. Then we have our straight one as well, because the back end of this microphone here is too thick to stick in our Zoom F3. Right now I'm recording to 32-bit float. This means I can travel wherever I want, battery power, small device, really cool stuff here. Now let's continue on. This mic fares in the halls of Reverb. This is where I got a lot of reverb. I can definitely hear the especially right here. Wow, there's a lot of reverb. Reverb. I can really get the reflection if I talk behind me right here. I don't know if I'm getting reverb or not, but this type of mic should reject quite a bit of reverb. I'm going to go outside and see how this works. And again, there's lots of reverb here as well. Let's have a quick listen. Do you hear the reverb? I don't know. But yeah, let's get out there. Right now there's quite a decent breeze. I'm not sure if you can see those trees moving. But yeah, there's definitely some wind out here. And I don't know if it's pick up on the microphone itself or not. I'm recording with the Zoom F3 internal 32-bit float. And one thing I want to test, we can hear a little bit of rumbling of the engine, is the low cut. Right now the low cut's off. You might wonder why I have this tool. This is all my tools. It's quite a bit of wind today. It's probably pick up on the microphone still. I'm going to be getting a nice quality Rode windshield, and I'll be using that later on in the future. But either way, I want to test the low cut. Let's listen for that. I'm going to switch it to 80. Of course, dogs start barking. Let's go to 160. This is 160 hertz, and boy, it's windy right now. Makes it hard to hear that low end rumble. But of course, the main thing I'm going to notice is my voice is not going to be as deep as if I was turning the low cut off. So let's turn it off. I bet I'm a lot deeper right now. Now time to do a noise rejection test based upon where you are on the microphone. Mic test 1 2 3. Mic test 1 2 3. Mic test 1 2 3. We are at the back of the microphone. Back of the microphone. Let's go back to the front. Mic test 1 2 3. Mic test 1 2 3 at 90 degrees. Let's go over top. How am I coming through? Let's go to the front. How am I coming through? Let's go underneath the microphone. How am I coming through? So this gives you an idea of noise rejection of this microphone. Right now we're doing a flat response. How am I coming through? Right now we are negative 80. How am I coming through? Right now I'm on negative 160. How am I coming through? Right now I'm back to a flat response. No low cut at all. How am I coming through? While doing most of this video, I've been using my Rycote shock mount that's adjustable. Makes it very easy to adjust. So does this. But why would I use this instead of using this here? Right now I'm recording directly to camera, by the way, using my Vocaster 2 line out. So this is not the top audio quality, but the point will still come across of why I'd use a shock mount rather than this. Well, let's tap on this boom arm. Now we have our shock mount, and let's hear the difference of tapping this boom arm. So how was that versus having no shock mount? It is now time to do a self noise test. Now let's listen to the sounds, and I'll change the low cut, and I'll try to right above what it's at. So let's listen to the sounds on the flat response. For that self noise test, we went from 0 to -80 to 160, and you just heard flat again, so you can get an idea of the differences if there's any self noise difference at all. Now someone might want to use this for game streaming. Let's see how this works. I have the keyboard just below, underneath the microphone, and this is a membrane keyboard. Chiclet keys, so they're little tappy tap keys. And how am I coming through at this distance from the microphone at this particular volume? Using my little tappy tap keys. There's space bar. If I was actually typing right up close facing the microphone. Now I have a mechanical keyboard, not a real keyboard. This is an editor keyboard, but this has very clicky keys, and you're going to hear those quite loudly. At least I think so. At least I'll hear it loudly. It's like those old IBM keyboards from the 80s and 90s. If I was doing that same thing. Right now I have the pad set to -10 dB, and I'm going to try a guitar. Since the guitar is quite loud, I actually am speaking super loud, so we can get the guitar not having to be adjusted in post, hopefully. So let's listen to how a guitar sounds on this microphone. The SE8 is a bit longer than M5, and it's also slightly wider diameter-wise. Now, let's get this set up onto its little mount, and it's simple as pushing it down, and it pops right in. We're going to compare these two. I'm going to do a little song or something, so we can compare both the M5 versus the SE8. This is a test of the Rode M5. This is a test of the SE8. How am I coming through on the Rode M5? How am I coming through on the SE8? I don't know, don't know, do not know, do not know, do not know, do not know. Right now we are testing the Rode M5. What you think about this, I do not know. Right now we are testing the SE8. What you think about this, I do not know. Showing this versus the M5 probably got you more confused than anything. Especially when we have all these different microphones for different use cases. And the point of this channel is to help you find which one is the best for you. Because use case does 120% matter over me showing whatever I show. Because for one, what if I talk up close and personal? The proximity effect, give me that nice bold tone, is strong with this one. But if you don't want this bold tone, you'll notice also that I get a decent sound right here. Just right here, living about 7-8 inches away. I can turn my head side to side. My volume doesn't drop off much. That's part of the key of this right now that I'm telling you. Also, subscribe to Not Bows, help the channel grow. And if you're subscribing right now or are already subscribed, you are awesome. For the rest of you and everyone else, let's keep watching and consider subscribing if you're not subscribed already, so you can learn with me together. Now, shotgun microphones. Let's say we got a long rejection tube. This is a short one, but long rejection tube. You live right here. You don't turn your head much at all. This is your world. You put your shotgun microphone right here, you might get some warbling sound and ruin your audio. So there's that. So what are you doing? What is your use case? For instance, here's my MV7X. You'll notice I changed the phone because this plosives to heck. This is the SM7B foam. Improves audio massively, by the way, if you're avoiding explosives. So if you got the SM7B or the MV7, or even the more affordable $50 USD reviewed on this channel, Miono PD100, you live here, up close and personal. This is your home. As soon as you move your head around, your volume is going to drop off massively. Going to be great for, well, decent for untreated rooms, especially a long rejection tube shotgun microphone. Untreated room, there's your game. Here is going to get some echo. Not a huge problem. Even the M5, Rode M5, is great for rejecting that reverb, and that's the reason I actually purchased it. Yes, out of my own money, out of my own money. My own money. This was provided. My own money. Own income, AT4040. Own income, right here. This channel is less than 1,000 subscribers. I don't make income. This is all for you, to give you the best advice. You could make this up close and personal if you want to, but you'll get that more muddy sound as we heard. But this could work great for game streaming, podcasting. But if you don't want to worry about plosives, you're going to use a pop filter or use the SM7B that has a metal plate at the front that avoids plosives altogether. Now, let me show what happens for muddy audio wise if you put your guitar right up close to the microphone and play your guitar. Now I step a little ways away and go up the fret slightly. What sounds better to you? At a distance like so, this is great. So if you want to have your freedom of walking around, this is why this is arguably the best for the price paid. Now if you pay a bit more, you're going to get a little less self-noise. It's a matter of, does the self-noise matter to you? Is it okay? The closer this is, the less that self-noise will matter. But as soon as you go 3 feet away and you crank up that gain, it'll pick up all the more. It'll be more noticeable. That goes for any microphone. Close is best. Thanks again for watching and have yourselves a most wonderful day. I am the new Duke Nukem. Fear me and stop stepping on my boots. Stop being like Duke because I am the real Duke Nukem. Oh yeah, mind blown. Boom.